Super Bowl just happened. We got to talk about it a little bit. And I'm going to say, as someone who does not normally watch American football, I was intrigued by this game. Initially, I tuned in just to see the halftime show by Kendrick, which we will talk about. But as I was watching the game, and y'all can tell me if I was wrong, but it felt like the game was going much faster. That's been one of my big issues with football, is that I could never watch it because it felt like it was so slow and always being cut up and just taking forever for plays to actually go on and continue the game. But I did notice they added like a shot clock type of thing for like the quarterback to start the play, I guess. But other than that, I don't know. It felt a lot faster. And even though the Eagles were blowing out the Chiefs, I mean, it was entertaining to watch. So I'm just curious if you guys thought similarly, if you even watched the game, if you cared about it, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I did check out the game. Well, not the whole game. Midway through the third quarter, I checked out. I'm not gonna lie.
Same. After that, there was no coming back.
Yeah, and I had an agenda I was trying to push, and it did not go my way. I'll just put it that way. But I didn't actually pick up on that. As someone who I haven't been super into football the last few years, but as someone who grew up watching it, I didn't really pick up on the speed thing. Maybe I have to watch a few more games. But I feel like the Super Bowl always feels a little bit faster, only because the commercials are generally more entertaining, so it doesn't feel as dull in between drives and stuff.
I don't know about this year, bro. Those commercials,
in general, yeah. Honestly, I tuned out during the commercials, so I couldn't even tell you what the fire ones were. But the shot clock thing, they always have had that. Well, it's not really. It's just there is just a timer to when you have to start the game, because then there's a penalty that's called delay of game. So if you don't start it in time, there's that. But I think the thing is they don't always show it. So maybe that's where you saw they'll put it up on a graphic up. So
they had it very visible this time. Yeah. I've never seen it before, so
interesting.
Maybe that's part of it.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, overall the game was kind of dull. Obviously, the ending score doesn't look as bad as it actually was. Those were mostly consolation points at the end. They got absolutely destroyed. It wasn't even close. Just cooked. And my agenda. Yeah, no, go ahead.
Or actually, no, sorry. Speak about your agenda.
Yeah, I have a rant about my agenda. So Eric, I'll let you give your opening thoughts.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was cool to watch. I will say, I also do not tune into football. I'll know the big names, right? I knew Mahomes, Kelsey, Checo, Jalen Hurts, Saquon. So knew a few names, but enough to really care. I'm not really a fan of either team, so I wasn't really rooting crazy. I know Dre's been mentioning the agenda. I will say I was somewhat rooting for the Chiefs because I've been a Tom Brady hater all my life. I'm from New York City.
Criminal.
And yeah, so for those who, for the listeners, Dre and I grew up in New York City. I'm not sure if that's what Dre's going to get into, but we went to school in New England, so it was actually miserable. Because we also happened to go to high school around the time where Brady was just dominating the league. So
where he was the GOAT.
Listen, I don't know if there was a single. I'm trying to remember who played our sophomore year, but I definitely can say with confidence, freshman, junior, and senior year, the Pats were in the Super Bowl and they won all 3 years. I can't remember who played our sophomore year, but we went to school in New England during a very miserable time to be a Tom Brady hater, because you're surrounded by Pats fans and they were winning. They were playing well, but yeah, that's all to say. I was rooting for the Chiefs, and as we know, that did not go well. But I want to hear more about the agenda, hear more about y'all's thoughts as well.
Yeah, I think the one year it wasn't a Patriots Super Bowl. It was the Broncos and Panthers, that was cool in itself. I think it was Peyton Manning, Cam Newton, We don't have to get into that, but that was cool too. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, but yeah, you were nail on the head. My agenda, I am number one, the number one Tom Brady hater out there, bro. If Tom Brady only has one hater, it's me, and I'm that guy. And I have an agenda where even when Tom Brady was making his GOAT charge, I was I held on as long as possible. Joe Montana's the GOAT. Joe Montana's the GOAT. Even I'll throw in a shout for Jerry Rice. Honestly, to me, Jerry Rice is really the GOAT. But, they only really want to talk about quarterbacks. So out of the quarterbacks, Joe Montana's the GOAT. And then at a certain point, even when he had 6, I was like, yeah, Joe Montana's undefeated, though. He didn't get beat by Eli twice and Nick Foles. Joe Montana's the GOAT. But when he hit 7, even though the 7 was kind of foo-foo, he went and did it. He went and joined a stacked team, and he beat Mahomes in the Super Bowl when Mahomes had no O-line, and Mahomes was doing crazy circus throws that the receivers were dropping. It was the craziest throws I've ever seen. But he got the 7th, and I was like, I can't really, be honest with myself and deny that this guy's the GOAT at this point, even if I have my qualms. But now Mahomes is on an unprecedented run to start his career. And he has, I'm not going to say, to me, the GOAT conversation didn't even open yet. People were saying, oh, if he, the GOAT conversation started, and if he wins this now, it's a real debate. To me, it was like he had to win this to even open the door. Now I saw today on First Take, Stephen A. saying the GOAT conversation's over. It wasn't even started. What are you even talking about? I just can't stand those very quick narratives. I know they have to do it for TV, whatever, but yeah, to me, he had to win this just because the three-peat. If he got this three-peat, that was my agenda. I was gonna whip out my lawyer skills and start really going to work. The GOAT, he's on the way, because the three-peat is something Brady never did. No one's ever done in the Super Bowl era. So I was like, if Mahomes gets this, even if he doesn't get 7, which I don't think he will. 7's really tough to get. Andy Reid's old. Kelsey's, seems like he's slowly declining. So 7's tough. But I was like, if he can get 5 and he has a three-peat, then we have a serious conversation on our hands. I think you don't have to have the most rings to be the GOAT. Jordan doesn't have the most rings. So it's not, I don't think that's the end all be all. And I think just pure quality wise, he's better than Brady. Just actual ability, he's better. But he's
after that game yesterday, though, I don't know if you could say that, bro.
I would still stand on that, but it wasn't looking good, man. I'll put it up that way.
It was looking awful, bro. There was a crazy stat that I think it was for Kelsey, but still, he didn't receive a single ball in the first half.
Kelsey's washed, bro.
The conversion rate in that first half was just non-existent.
I have a theory about Kelsey. I honestly think, because I've watched a lot of Travis Kelsey before, obviously, the Taylor Swift-ism of the NFL, and everyone's saying, even my mom yesterday, we were going into the halftime show, we were all going to watch the halftime show, she was like, oh, I see, it's just Travis Kelsey's on the screen. It's like, that's Taylor Swift's husband, or whatever, or man. And she doesn't even listen to Taylor Swift. That really got under my skin, I ain't gonna lie. But even before Taylor Swift made her way to be the face of the NFL, I watched a lot of Travis Kelsey because the Chiefs were getting deep runs in the playoffs every year. And Travis Kelsey is a dog. But recently, Travis Kelsey, the main thing he always does, he catches it. Even if he's short of a first down, he'll try to get the first down, no matter what. He's pretty good at turning and getting extra yards. But recently, I'm like, bro, Taylor must have said, we need you to not get that CTE for our kids, bro. You got to be around longer, because this dude's not really going for it the same way he used to. That's my theory. I honestly believe that. But yeah, y'all can chime in.
Yeah, I don't really know how to go after that.
I'm sorry, tweaking. My agenda was ruined.
But see, that goes back to, I guess, your point of y'all both kind of considered the game to be dull. And as someone, again, kind of novice football watcher, I was very entertained by the fact that Mahomes was getting cooked. He was getting intercepted. They were getting fumbled. It was crazy. And then to see, what's his name? Jalen Hurts? That's his name? Other QB? Yeah. Bro, this dude didn't even need to pass. He was running with the ball a few times. There was no pressure on him. That was really entertaining to me. And even though it was a blowout, the way they did it and kind of seeing the downfall of those big names in that game where, like you said, to even be considered a GOAT, for that door to open, he needed to put in the work, and it was not there at all. I saw a camera pan to a bench, and they looked like they got struck with the biggest depression since the 1920s, bro. It was crazy.
It's crazy.
That's a bar, but yeah, fair play. Yeah, go ahead, Eric.
The Eagles, I mean, they were just playing, like, the Eagles were just playing, like, a very strong defense. Like, their defensive line, they, like, the Chiefs could not pass the ball. They were unable to rush the ball either. Like, it was so hard to watch because
Dissected.
I was expecting the Chiefs to actually win. Like, I was like, I've seen the dominant run that they've been on. I was like, there's no shot they lose. Like, I was so convinced the three-peat was gonna happen. So to see them get exposed, and to even see in some cases the way they were dropping passes or picking up just like unnecessary and dumb penalties, it was really hard to watch. It just seemed like they just weren't on the same page, and it was sad because what I wanted the most was just like some competitive game. Like, I wanted to be engaged, man. I was at a Super Bowl watch party. I left after halftime show went on, and we were all on our way home. We were like, yeah, nah, let's go. We got to work tomorrow. So it was sad, but it was also like, it was just hard to watch, and I really wanted to watch. As someone who does not watch football, I wanted to watch a historical event take place, being that three-peat. And the fact that it didn't happen, I was a little upset. But it is what it is, man. It's like I said, I kind of shrugged it off after. It was like, it is what it is.
It's alright. It's all right. You've seen Tom Brady, man. You've seen your history.
Nah, man.
Okay. I need to hear that. But yeah, I agree. I think the worst thing to watch is like a blowout Super Bowl. Those are just like, it's just not fun to watch. I think with other sports that have like series and stuff, it can be more interesting. Like, even if you get blown out game one, like, you can make adjustments, come back, but just blowout Super Bowl is kind of anticlimactic. And I feel like the Chiefs came into this to like with one game plan, because coming into this game, the Eagles, like Saquon Barkley, which honestly, even though I wanted the Chiefs to win for my Mahomes agenda, Saquon Barkley, I'm happy he got a ring. This dude got absolutely wasted on the Giants. He went to the Giants' rivals in the Eagles in his first year and won a ring. Put up a legendary season in terms of rushing yards. Like, it's just ridiculous how good this guy is and how much he was wasted on a terrible franchise. But coming into this game, the Chiefs clearly had a game plan to stop the run, and they were very successful in that case. Like, Saquon didn't go crazy, but it seems like that's all they remembered to do. It was like, okay, we gotta stop Saquon, and they just forgot about the rest of the game. But the Eagles were just getting very easy mid-range pass down the field, long pass down the field. Like, it was just Jalen Hurts obviously taking off. Nothing on offense. It was like, okay, we just got to stop Saquon. I think maybe they just game plan for that a little too much, honestly. So that was a bit of a shame to watch. It just wasn't. I'm sure for Eagles fans, it was the best thing ever. But from a neutral standpoint, it just wasn't the most entertaining for me, at least. And I know a lot of Chiefs haters out there were probably gassed because the Chiefs are the most hated team. I think when you're the best, you're always the most hated. But especially because of the whole refs narrative this year that, oh, the refs are always helping the Chiefs. So I know people are gassed out there that they lost, but I'm not.
Yeah.
The Madrid of the NFL.
Yeah, these days, honestly.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Any other comments?
Oh man, just shout out to FaZe Jev, man. This dude on YouTube always complains about the Eagles. Never thought he'd live to see them win a Super Bowl. Now he's seen them win too. So happy for my boy.